full house. The cliche is, this is the curtain raiser. It is a good chance to just assess the players and see how they're shaping ahead of a brand new season, which begins in the English Premier League next weekend. Erling Haaland coming off a hat-trick last week against Chelsea, and three players who did well on the US tour, Bob, McAtee and O'Reilly, getting starts today. There's the Manchester United team, and despite a crop of injuries in defence, they do have Harry Maguire fit. Looks like Lisandro Martinez is going to play left back. England's Kobbie Mainoo and Portugal's Bruno Fernandes back from the Euros. Phil Foden too, not considered for today, not ready as yet, only just returning around now to training. Here's Harry Maguire, who is fit. That's a nice ball from Diaz. Rico Lewis invited to run on into the penalty area. He does that, deflected, it nearly fell for Haaland. It has now, but he couldn't get any significant touch on it.
For the first time really, Manchester City closer to an end product. Everybody seemed to be reluctant to go to
dominating from a territorial point of view. And that'll break for Kovacic. Bob onto that left foot, he's going to shoot here, couldn't keep it down, big chance, goes begging.
I think we mentioned his footwork earlier on, and we've just seen another very good example of it, and he created that little half a yard of space, and it in the FA Cup final. They're happy to be patient, Ian, and just basically wait for a moment or two, and it might not be the greatest watch, but it can pay off.
Oh, mistake by Martinez, and a wonderful chance. Oh, and they hit the post. McAtee nearly opens the scoring for Manchester City.
Way too casual. You need to be really smart with what you're trying to distribute there when you're under pressure. And once it ended up with McAtee, and on that left side, I'm thinking this is going to see the net bulge, but not quite yet.
Gallo, a bit fed up with being teased by Doku. That time he got in first. Amad Diallo, Bruno Fernandes making that run to his outside. Cuts it inside, Casemiro, Diallo. Oh, it's beautiful football by Manchester United. They couldn't finish it off. That really was the move of the game. Here's that move again.
I mean, it's just wonderful footwork. The way Casemiro was able to just feed it back to Amad. I just thought he could have been a bit more selfish. He's overhit it for Mount to get on the end of it, but he could have actually found the far corner himself.
Fernandes, Casemiro, Fernandes again, Casemiro again, Rashford. It's another beautiful move.
Manchester United have found their confidence, and they're very much in the game right now. You know, I just wonder whether he was doing the right thing in looking for the far corner. Could maybe have thrown the eyes at Ederson and gone near post. It's a little fortunate.
Akanji gave the ball away. Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that. City, Mateo Kovacic with a strong run. He's done well here, the Croatian. Doku loves to do that. Well, it was almost a carbon copy of the goal he scored in the FA Cup final.
He's claiming that it took a little touch as he got this shot away, and it seemed to come off the calf of Amad, who's back trying to assist Dalot, who's had one or two problems in trying to cope with Doku.
But game time's important too, isn't it, for them to get them sharp. Another lovely ball. Oh, and beautifully done! Bruno Fernandes, but the flag's up. I think he knew that.
Yeah, well, I must admit that I raised my microphone as soon as I saw him make the run, because I thought he just timed it wrongly. But once he came inside, this is the kind of magic this guy can produce. He was very influential in Manchester United's FA Cup win, and almost
did look offside on the cut of the grass, didn't it? Both of us had that feeling. Beautifully hit by Bruno Fernandes. This time he does go on the outside. That caught out Pelistri. McAtee, could be something here for Manchester City. If they can find half a yard of space, they can't. Gvardiol, he can hit them. It wasn't a million miles away, but I think Onana had it covered. One or two in the queue ahead of him for a game out wide. Casemiro to lock it in behind. Fernandes here! Not what he wanted.
Well, it looked as if he did time it perfectly, unlike the last time when he found the top corner. And I was expecting something better than that. I was expecting a higher dink.
Nunes. Haaland wanted it. Savio gets it. Nunes wants it back again. That's him running for it. And Martinez, they did miss him. They really did miss him last season. Tigerish, committed defender.
Then again, there is some phenomenal talent.
Fernandes early ball, Garnacho. Rashford wants an early ball, gets it. Does he finish it? No, he hits the post instead. Oh, what a moment for Manchester United. Had to go in, doesn't go in.
A perfect example of the game plan. This is exactly what they hoped to do, and it's beautifully set up by Garnacho. He shinned it, you know. He didn't get it with his foot. He's got it with his shin pad in the end. Just look at the contact. It's above his foot, and that's why it's come off the post and not found the back of the net.
United corner. 79th minute. Rashford with a header. Oh, and McTominay couldn't find his feet or get them organised to turn that home. Nunes with a classy turn, but he couldn't go on. Pelistri can bring it away for Manchester United. Fernandes, always the spark point. Garnacho. Chance here for the youngster, and he's done it this time. Garnacho for Manchester United scores at Wembley again.
Be able to execute that, because once he set his target for coming inside, you knew he was going to unleash at one stage. Now there's a moment just coming up when he comes in that he could have hit it, and he thought, no, I'll just take an extra touch and just see what opens up, and more space opened up, and he's able to just tuck it away in the near post corner, and it's a cracking goal, and this fella is beginning to enjoy this big Wembley stage.
It's a Manchester derby, no one it's at Wembley.
Here we go. I don't know where Garnacho has just taken this on another level, but Bernardo Silva seemed to make some contact with him, and he's ended up on the deck.
Check it out again here. Oh. Nico Lewis to play it wide. Lewis does very well there, and there's Bernardo Silva with a birthday equaliser late on.
Do you know, as I was watching that move form for Manchester City, at one stage Martinez was back in the left back spot and Dalot was inside, but that's just lovely footwork, and it's too easy really for Oscar Bob to be able to slip away from Martinez. And Pelistri, I mentioned the fact that he's not a natural defender and he hasn't stayed with Bernardo Silva, but this guy is a superstar and he keeps doing good things and he keeps having a great influence on this team in light blue. And there's another.
And it means we could be going to penalties. Late show from Manchester City on his 30th birthday, Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne was on the wrong foot, but that's it. 1-1 at the end of the 90 minutes. Straight to penalties. Garnacho thought he'd won it for Manchester United. I think we all did, but Bernardo Silva had other ideas. And the first one, 5 each. Bruno Fernandes, regular spot kick taker, and scores, as he nearly always does. Up against Onana. And Onana makes the save. Not a great penalty. Easily done by the nerveless Kevin De Bruyne. Which he does. 3 out of 3 for Manchester United. United fans behind that goal, trying to put him off. They haven't done it. Yeah, it is Jadon Sancho. You could write several chapters about Manchester United already. Here he is from the spot. If they put in these last two penalties, they win this. And he doesn't. Great save, has to be said. He's done that. Perfect penalty, drilled low and hard into the corner. 3-3 after 4 penalties apiece. Never a moment's doubt, really. His 5th penalty, which he does need to score. Otherwise, it's United's Community Shield. And he does. So confident with his feet. So now, Jim, we're down to the people who weren't on the list originally.
Scott McTominay.
Scott McTominay next. In quite a hurry to take it, but puts it in. Again, the United fans doing everything they can. Nunez to keep Manchester City alive in this shootout. And he does. There is no stopping those. Oh, cool as you like. City going second. Have to score just to stay in it. And they do again. And so it goes on. Oh, he's ballooned it over the bar. But that's not the end of it. There's one to come. And if Manuel Akanji, who remember missed for Switzerland against England at the Euros, puts this in, City will be back from the brink to lift this trophy. So here's Akanji with the chance to win the Community Shield for Manchester City. He's done it. City lift the trophy after losing this in the last 3 years. And Manchester United, who thought they probably had it wrapped up late in the game, will go home empty-handed this time.